Lavender House Flower Shop will be hosting a complimentary open house offering 12 spots to local vendors to their mini market. They'll also be doing a complimentary build your own bouquet or flower crown station, local goodies, along with a tour of its workshop space and spiral staircase of lavender beauty. Joining us today is Kimberly and Victoria to show us all the beautiful flowers they have and tell us more. Welcome, thanks so much for coming in. You're bringing lots of great smells and beauty to our studio. What is Lavender House all about and how long have you been around?
Well, the story evolved many years ago. I've been doing flowers for 20 years. 18 years ago, I bought out the ladies that I worked for. And then in the last few years, we moved into a 1914 house that we hand painted lavender, and it just kept evolving.
So you're in the 124th Street kind of Westmont area. You're by the Brewery District too.
Right.
So
yep.
I'm picturing like, is it just like a big lavender old school building?
Yeah. And it has covered porch.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. So what are you going to show us here today? It's a nice, I guess you're doing a nice display, or what do you got going on?
We're just gonna decide if you like spring or fall better. It's the battle of fall and spring. It's always the time where, you know, like you guys were talking about getting back to school and all this stuff. It's like nobody wants it to be fall, but everything in fall is so beautiful. Yeah,
that's so true. It's gorgeous colors. Is this kind of, so you do weddings, what kind of things do you cater to or provide flowers for?
We do weddings, corporate events. We've done like ceiling installs for wedding venues that are permanent in their space. All kinds of fun events and special occasions.
So this one event you have next Saturday, I believe it's next Saturday, correct?
This September 7th.
September 7th. It's a lot jam-packed, so you're celebrating a special anniversary, or what's all involved in this big celebration?
Yeah. Well, every year when I chose to do an anniversary party, I always choose to give back to people because that's what makes our business thrive and survive, right? So we're doing an 18th anniversary, but we're going to do an open house. We're going to do an open house, and then we're going to have the opportunity for some local vendors to come in and have a table for free, so we're giving back. And then we're going to allow all of our guests to do a flower crown or a bouquet for them to take home.
That's so cool. What's kind of your one or two tips that you would have when you're making a bouquet like the ones you are? I mean, it's a well-oiled machine, but I wouldn't even think to kind of put some stuff in that you guys are doing. So what's a little tip?
I don't know. Yesterday I wanted to go to the supplier just to grab a few fun things for us to like use so that we can have some beautiful flowers for you guys to smell later in your room. So it's just one of those things you just kind of look and visualize what you think will look good together. Mm-hmm. So as you see, Victoria's working on a very spring palette, and I chose to do the more fall.
Love it. So tell me about what you're doing here, Victoria.
Yeah.
What's the style? It's so pretty.
I think it's very simple with these hydrangea because they kind of take up so much space on their own. They can kind of be the star, and then it's just so easy to add in just some extra little pieces like these steel beaker just to add some pops of different colors and shades.
How is it must be pretty challenging to become a florist. Like, you know, or have you always been creative in design?
I've always been creative and involved in the arts, but this was really my first foray into flowers and working with them as a medium when I started at the Lavender House.
How fun. It's such a family-run business. What made you get into flowers, and tell us about the history of the name change recently?
Yeah. Well, I always say it's my sister's fault that I bought a flower shop. I would kind of just be shy and follow my mom or my sister and just get a job wherever they were working. So my sister was like, hey, can you come help one Valentine's Day? And that was 23 years ago. And then a couple years later, she's like, hey, they want a little bit of help. Can you come help just for a little while? And then I never left.
That's amazing. And then what's funny is, so you used to be called Best Buds. And when I found that out, I instantly knew why you had to change your name, obviously when things changed, legalization of marijuana. So how was that whole process?
We chose to move locations just because our space was getting small, and then increase in rent and everything. So we found a little 1914 house just across from Brewery District. So it was only a couple blocks away from where we were. Our customers could still walk on foot to see us. And then it took us months to come up with a color, and we wanted to paint the outside. So we finally decided on this beautiful lavender color. I found an inspiration photo and just ran with it, and then we were kind of always nicknaming ourselves the Lavender House.
That is awesome.
For the last few years. So we moved right before COVID hit and the end of 2019 into this.
Speaking of COVID, is it true that you, right after COVID ended, essentially, you had to do 13 weddings and a funeral?
That's right. We couldn't say no to people who had to change their wedding dates like multiple times over and over. So they're like, yeah, my wedding date is this, my wedding date is that. So from Thursday to the following Tuesday, we had 13 weddings and a funeral, and we pulled it all off, and we had so much fun going to set everything up that weekend. It was really good.
Is your shop a place where you can pop in and maybe grab a bouquet for someone last minute, or are you more of design and other?
No, absolutely. We love it when people pop in. It's one of those things where we always have somebody on standby, and people are like, wow, I can't believe, like 10 minutes, I have a custom bouquet. It's exactly what my partner or my mom wants, and it turns out great.
And you displayed that right here, because in under 5 minutes, you guys put together the most spectacular bouquets. So thank you both so much, Kimberly and Victoria, for coming in. It's what a beautiful site. Great job. And if you'd like to check out the Lavender House, it's on 124th Street and 103rd Avenue. It's open house extravaganza, and 18th anniversary is on Saturday, September 7th from 10 to 4 p.m. For more info, just visit thelavenderhouse.ca. Thanks. Great job, guys. You're like, you knew. It's